Hello and welcome. Today we'll be discussing the Beatles and their impact. The Beatles, founded in 1960 in Liverpool, England, were founded by George Harrison, John Lennon, and Paul McCartney. And 2 years later, they would add Ringo Starr. Also, in 1962, they released their first hit single called Love Me Do. And in just 2 years' time, the British invasion began, and the Beatles were world-renowned superstars. They would release many albums and music throughout this time, but their biggest in 1968, called Abbey Road. The Beatles would go on to be the highest selling music act of all time, which still stands today. The band went through many troubles and heartbreaks, and in 1980 John Lennon was tracked down by a fan of his after an autograph signing and was assassinated and killed. The band released many songs throughout their illustrious history, like Yellow Submarine, Hey June, and Revolution. They would go on to change the game. They were the Michael Jordan of the music industry. They would inspire many, many acts along the way, and they would take over the world. They were a very controversial group. John Lennon stated one time the Beatles were bigger than Jesus. It's crazy to see how one band could take over an entire world throughout the 60s. They were superstars and legends. Each would also go on to have a very successful singles career, Paul McCartney being the most successful. The band never came back together, and now there are just two of them remaining, and they were inducted into the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, in 1988. The greatest band of all time, the Beatles, changed the world, changed music, and changed international flavor. Catch you next time.